All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what time it is, man. We actually got a reaction video today because the fellow that did this video, I want to make sure that he gets his credit. And he pretty much sums up everything in a way that I have been saying on my stream over and over and over and over again. And if y'all see all the stuff that I'm doing up here, man, don't worry about all that stuff, man. All these tabs, these are things where I am trying to get a virtual machine. Actually, I'm not trying anymore. I actually, first off, his name is Exceeding Next Gen. Tabs up top. If you must know, me using my genius level intellect, I was able to take a server. Like we had two servers that well, we would host them in like a data center or something like that. And rather than continue to host them in the data center, I turned them into virtual machines and put them into the cloud, into the Microsoft Azure cloud. So Azure cloud, whatever you want to call it, man. This is what I do for a living. So this is why I take extreme exception when someone who has yet to finish high school wants to come in my stream and question my intelligence. This is what I do for a living. I do networking and I do IT for a living. That's why I was telling you guys that if they were to select me for the 2K League, which they won't because we've already surmised that I'm trash. Like I said, you get a 800 win percentage. You shoot 60% from three, and like over 60 from the field, and that makes you trash. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But that's why I was saying if they were to select me for the 2K League, they would really have to bring some real money because I am an IT professional in real life. I build domain controllers. I maintain domain controllers. I run email systems, anything that your computers do. I mean, I'm like right now, I'm probably responsible for like 500-600 computers, and I'm the man. That's it. Like it's like I'm the boss, but I'm just not the boss. So that's just a little background on me. So when people try to say things to try to question my intelligence, that's why I take extreme exception to it, because in 9 times out of 10, I can rebuttal with one of us went to the University of South Carolina and completed the computer engineering program, and one of us didn't. So that's why I take extreme exception to that stuff. But anyway, this is not for me to toot my own horn and tell people how smart I am. But you know, nobody can't tell me nothing because I took a computer, I took a physical computer, a whole server, and I put it into the cloud. And I guarantee y'all can't do that. That's right. I turned it into a virtual machine. But anyway, man. So listen, man. This guy, Next Gen, we're gonna check out the video, man. Exceeding Next Gen.
Feels good to say that, man. I've been chilling for a minute. It's been a week. I'm back, and we're gonna get into this NBA 2K19 trouble. That like NBA 2K in general is in trouble right now.
We already know that NBA 2K is in trouble because the game is trash. And when I'm saying that the game is trash, because people love to come and say trash is subjective. The game's not trash. You're just bad at it. Like I said, you don't get an 800 win percentage and shoot 60% from the field by being bad at a game. Like you just don't. But just in case, I know that a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying when I'm saying that a game is trash. When I say a game is trash, what I'm saying is that the game is not mechanically sound. Because trash is an opinion, and it can be picked apart, and it can be manipulated, and people can doubt your opinion, or people can go against it. It's subjective. Saying that a game is trash is subjective, right? So we're going to say something that cannot be disputed or refuted, and we're going to say that the game is not mechanically sound. And what I mean by not mechanically sound is I mean that when you do certain things, they don't play out the same way every time. Now, it's basketball, so it shouldn't. But then the thing is, let's, for example, have you guys seen how the game augments the path of the ball so that a glass cleaner can get the rebound nearly every time? No matter what the position is, they're going to get the rebound nearly every time because it augments the path of the ball and alters your animations that you're going to get. And should you be in position to get the rebound, offensive or defensive, and there's no way that glass cleaner can get the ball, what happens 9 times out of 10? The ball bounces over the rim and goes out of bounds. So you have no chance at getting it. But when we're saying that it's not mechanically sound, we're saying things such as phasing through people, morphing through people, there being no real animations to engage someone in the post. These are the things that we're talking about when we're talking about the game is not mechanically sound. The inconsistencies that we find when with the shooting, which means that a player can be wide open and he literally has less of a chance to make the shot than a player that is being contested because of in the ratings. And I understand that ratings are there, but ratings are there to influence parts of the game. They're not there to be the game. So because a person has very high rebounding, or he has higher rebounding than I do, if I box him out, I still should be able to box him out. Like, why can I not box a person out? You understand what I'm saying? Just because a person has a high contested shot, that does not mean that they should hit the shot. That means that it shouldn't be that. No one should have a 99 contested shot. But at the same time, just because he has it, why are we relying on it? Things like I said, the contested shots, paint, they're calling it paintballing, but when you can just throw the ball, you can literally throw an awful pass to someone in the post. There's no way that he should get the pass, but you can still throw it to him in the post, and he just hit square and just go right up and dunk on everybody. That we love comparing the game to real life. When people hit contested shots in real life, people don't. They name one player in the league that routinely gets the rebound, even though he's blocked out 10 feet from the rim. There's not one. Name one that just dunks on everybody no matter what. There's a man between him and the rim, and there's no way he can dunk on it, and they still do it. Like, these are the things that I'm talking about when I'm talking about the game is not mechanically sound. But people defend them because I have badges, but you should not have a badge to do that. To just completely there should never be a badge in the game that circumvents game knowledge or IQ, as you guys like to call it. But like I said, man, I'm trash at the game, and I don't like it because I'm trash. But y'all like real basketball, and I guarantee 99% of you all are trash at it because we done seen your YouTube videos. I got a YouTube video, plenty of them, when we playing basketball, getting buckets. But let's get back to the video.
Because of NBA Live, not just because of NBA Live, but because of their own doing, because of inside the people at the top. And we're going to start by reading this article from the CEO of Take-Two Interactive.
The CEO of Take-Two Interactive.
I was very upset. I was mad when I read this, I read it twice, and both times I was mad, which don't make no sense. Like, I literally just updated NBA 2K18 today, so I could get some clips for you guys to put in the background.
So he don't even play the game anymore because the game is mechanically unsound, insound, whatever you want to call it, is not mechanically sound. So he doesn't play the game anymore. He's quit. I have not done that. Well, actually, I have for the most part. Y'all see me playing Fortnite and other games. That's another thing. Like, people that play 2K, 9 times out of 10, they can't play another game. That's why they defend this game with so much heart and soul, and they have so many aspirations of going to the E-League, and that's fine. But I'll tell you this. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was one of my most favorite games of all time, and that is the worst game I've ever played. It is literally probably the most awful game ever created. Why? Because the mechanics are so bad. Noob tubing, oh my god, commando, knife throwing. Knife throwing you had to be kind of good. Noob tubing, commando, model 1887s, all those. These things were broken, but everything was broken. That game was awful, but it was fun. I could play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. because it was fun. Everything was overpowered. When everything is overpowered, then the game is fun. This game, everything ain't overpowered. There's only a couple of things that are overpowered. It's like, dunking on people is overpowered. If you got a slasher, rebounding is overpowered. If you have a glass cleaner, shooting is overpowered. If you have a shooter. But what about defensive players? Their defense is not overpowering. If they are in good defensive position, you rarely even notice that somebody's a two-way in this game or a lockdown. You rarely even notice it. People to the point where people just laugh at it. So the game, Modern Warfare 2, everything was broken. So the game was balanced. This game is incredibly imbalanced. It has a low skill threshold, and there's really no skill gap. and we're going to get to why, because this is irrefutable evidence
Like
on why they made it this way.
NBA 2K18 anymore, but reading this, for some reason, it made me mad for, you know, NBA 2K19 and the future of 2K. Like this is definitely what you guys do not want to hear. And we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into the article. I'm gonna read from 2 articles. I'm gonna leave link for both of them.
This man is actually out there reading articles. Maybe we should all try that.
In the description box below for you guys who want to read it for yourself. This video might be long, so I apologize for that in advance.
Oh, my video will be long.
This is the first article titled "Reoccurring Customer Spending is the Way of the Future."
Boom. Take-Two, and I always say this, y'all always say 2K, I always say Take-Two Interactive, because 2K is the game studio, but Take-Two Interactive is the publisher, parent company, whatever you want to call it. These are the guys at the top that are making the real decisions, that are imposing the deadlines on people, that are telling them, you better make this game this way or you fired, like Vince McMahon says. Take-Two Interactive. So that's why I always say Take-Two Interactive, just in case you all wanted to know. Take-Two, recurring customer spending is the way of the future. This is something that I told you all from the beginning. When people say, I'm like, listen, we have more power now than we ever had because there are microtransactions in the game. If we stop playing the game now, our voices will be heard, because contrary to popular belief, and people used to say, well, they already got $60, so they don't care. Yes, they do care, because they want to make more. Even though they've made the $60, that initial $60 off of you, they want to continue to make more, because they want to keep you playing the game so that you buy more things that are in the game. If they don't keep you playing the game, then you won't do any of the microtransactions. This is why things like contested shots and having a very low IQ and still being able to be successful exist in this game, because they want to keep people playing. If the hardcore fan base of any game is always the smallest part of any game, I would say that there are fewer than 10% hardcore players that play 2K. We're going to buy it anyway. It doesn't matter. They leave contested. We don't want contested shots in the game. We don't want the dunking on everybody, all that craziness. We don't want that in the game. But we are only about 10 to 15%, maybe something like that. The people that want it in the game are the people that are probably bums every other year. And they want that stuff in the game because it makes it easy for them. Case in point, a couple of weeks ago, everybody plays Fortnite. They took auto aim or aim assist out of Fortnite. Everybody complained. Why did they put it back in? Because everybody complained, because the casual player could no longer compete. I was crushing everyone when they took the aim assist out of the game. But when they put it back in, I had to adapt, because you had players that should not be as good as me that were able to compete. And that's why they do things like that, because Fortnite knows that that game is free. And if they take auto aim out of the game, then guess what? A lot of the casual players are going to stop playing, and that's a huge percentage of the fan base, obviously, because what? The game is free. So they want to keep you buying things. They want you to play this season, next season, so that they can get the microtransactions out of you. Just like me, I play League of Legends. That game is not easy by any means of the imagination. You can get into it early, but me playing League of Legends, there's an app where you can log into. I spent $327 on League of Legends over the course of 5 or 6 years, however long I've been playing, since like 2012, 2013, I think it was. Anyway, or maybe even 2011. I've been playing that game for a long time. I spent $327 on it, and most of that is people giving me ride points. And I think I did a thing where they gave me 10,000 ride points. But the point is, I played the game for 6 or 7 years. I kept playing it, so they kept getting microtransactions from me. So that's what they want to do. They will almost give this game to you and give the noobs and the casual players anything they want, because they want to keep us spending. This is it right here. That's it. Look, Take-Two. Recurring customer spending is the way of the future. Let's keep going.
Think about that for a second. And it starts off like this. Get used to these words, particularly if you're playing 2K games or Rockstar titles. Reoccurring customer spending.
Reoccurring customer spending. Let's back it up 1 second so we can see this. So we can see exactly what it said. Get used to these words, particularly if you're playing 2K games or Rockstar titles. Reoccurring customer spending. They, no matter what, they don't care about the initial purchase. They will damn near give the game away for free. They want your continued spending. They literally made this game. We peeped this in the beginning. We said it from the beginning. They literally made this game so that you can't even play Michael. Now, you know what? Let's keep going. We'll get this. We'll get this.
Take-Two Interactive CEO Struve Zielnik, I know I butchered his name, so for the remainder of this video, we're just gonna call him Nick, brought them up in a call to investors yesterday. It's a roundabout way of saying Microtransaction and Take-Two, the parent company of 2K Games, 2K Sport, and Rockstar Games, is prioritizing development that integrates them into the overall game.
So, like you said, this is what we said right here. Boom. Let's go back. Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick brought them up in a call to investors yesterday. They're in a roundabout way of saying that microtransactions and Take-Two, the parent company of 2K, like I said, I already said all of this stuff. It's prioritizing development that integrates them into the game. They're prioritizing development, not prioritizing the development of the actual game. They don't care about the actual game or how good or bad it is. We're not prioritizing the development of the actual game. We're prioritizing the development that integrates microtransactions into the game. They don't care how mechanically sound the game is. They don't even care if the game is good, bad, or ugly. The only thing they care about is, above everything, the only thing that they care about is microtransactions. That's above everything because that's what prioritize means. But let's just keep going.
Game. What that mean is microtransaction will now and in the future be a prioritization. Is that even a word?
Microtransactions will take precedence over anything else that they're doing. The first thing that they're going to do is say, we're going to make this game. How can we monetize it over the long run? That's what they're saying.
Will be prioritized in every 2K game that comes out. All right, it's gonna be the main focus.
Modern Warfare 2 was awful, but I loved it. And y'all did too. It was so fun.
The next paragraph in this article talks about how, you know, Grand Theft Auto Online and NBA 2K18's My Player have mined mountain of cash for Take-Two for the past 4 or 5 years.
We already know that putting the microtransactions into My Career and Grand Theft Auto Online is like billions. They've made billions off of Grand Theft Auto Online and the shark cards. We know this. They've made billions with the B off of us ever since they let you have the day 180. And what was that, 2K15? I want to say 2K15 was the first one that let you have the day 180, or was it 14? I don't know. Let's keep rolling.
And then the CEO of Take-Two said this. We've said that we aim to have recurrent customer spending opportunities for every title that we put out at this company. It may not always be an online mode. It probably won't always be a virtual currency model, but there will be some ability to engage in ongoing basis with our titles.
Okay, now that just says it all right there. We've said that we aim to have recurring spending opportunities for the title, for every title. So they want to have microtransactions in every title that the company puts out. Period. So if you're putting out a game with Take-Two, how can we have microtransactions? That's the first question they're gonna ask. It may not always be in an online model. It probably won't always be in virtual currency model, but there will be the ability to engage in ongoing. So you might be able to buy a level in some games. Like let's say if you're playing, so I can't even think of a game right now, but let's say if you're playing Morrowind or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know. No, they're independent. That's an indie game. Let's say you're playing not Morrowind. That's so Elder Scrolls Online or whatever, or offline. you may just be able to buy your level up or just buy some weapons or something like that. Like Crazy Taxi comes back or something like that. I think 2K makes Crazy Taxi. I can't think. I'm trying to think of a game that they make that's an offline game. Gun or Mafia 2 or Mafia 3. Let's say they make a Mafia 4. It's offline game. You may be able to buy guns in that game, something like that.
After release across the board. So basically what you're getting out of this paragraph right here is that he is going to find some way and somehow to put microtransaction in pretty much any form, any mode that he can. And this is very surprising because he says it won't always be on a online basis. So
we already know they won't always be online.
He's pretty much thinking about putting microtransaction in offline modes also.
It's already in offline modes in this game in 2K. My career is technically offline, but it's online, but it's offline. But still, you really can't even hardly play my career without upgrading your player. It's nearly impossible. And yeah, I do need to activate Windows. I'm a lazy bum, okay? I will get that done. But I have a legit copy, and I changed out my motherboard a couple of weeks ago because my motherboard died in my computer. So I opened it up, pulled it out, and I put it in there. And for some reason, and we know why, Windows doesn't care if the copy is already activated. I just need to download the toolkit and do it, but I'm lazy. But who cares? I just wanted to let y'all know that. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. If you change the motherboard out in your computer, then it reads this as a completely different system, and then they want to charge you again. But you just have to activate it with the tools. But whatever.
Which is insane. How you gonna put microtransactions on the offline mode?
We know how
that
right
there,
do
I don't understand. But this
they'll let you buy guns.
Really trying to get every dime. Pay attention to what I'm telling you now. Pay attention to what I'm gonna read after. We're not falling for this man's bullshit, all right? I don't care about 2K, but I know a lot of people still care about this shitty ass game. So
look at him. He even knows that this game is trash. Why? Because it's not mechanically sound. This game is completely garbage if it comes to mechanics. It just does not matter what you say. Again, phasing through people, drop stepping and pushing people out of bounds, pushing people down, all that stuff in the game is trash. We know it's trash. But let's just move on and hear what he had to say.
So I'm still gonna make these videos to inform you guys. We're not gonna fall for the bullshit all year long and next year also. So
exactly.
Pay attention to what I gotta say. This next paragraph I'm gonna read to you guys is for you guys to understand where this man stands, you know, at 2K, where he stands, like what his position are. I know you guys hear CEO, and you know some of you guys might brush that off, but listen to this. Under Nick, Take-Two's chief executive for the past 10 years, Take-Two Games have been very disciplined in following his vision. I want you guys to understand what kind of person this man is. Right now, understand what kind of his vision.
His vision. Let me see. The publisher has been largely has largely eschewed licensed titles except for a cash machine like 2K, WWE 2K, which it picked up with THQ Fire Sale. Obviously, they bought it from THQ. It's since focused on properties that it owns or owned by other studios. Whatever, man. We don't even care about that. I see why he didn't read that, because it wasn't even relevant.
I want you guys to understand what kind of person this man is.
But it's his vision, like we said.
I'm giving you an insight into his business mind, the way he thinks. Now, from that perspective, like what assumptions can you make about this person? Is this somebody that's looking out for you, the consumer? Is this somebody that's really looking after your kids? You know, people that's buying this game. Does he really care about what you guys think? NBA 2K for the past 10 years and years to come has been and will be in his vision. In this article also, it says that it appears that the GTA Online and the My Career model is going to be the standard for big Take-Two games. Let me break that down for you so you can understand. The reason
Go ahead and
why
break it down,
the neighborhood right now is because of GTA. So I read a different article, and it was, you know, saying that Nick, you know, think that because of the success GTA has, he thinks he will be able to replicate that in NBA 2K. And that's pretty much the big reason why you have the neighborhood in NBA 2K18 this year. Next year, I tell you right now, is going to be a lot worse. The neighborhood was introduced as a marketing scheme, and it was a really good promotion piece.
Exactly. Like last year, let's just talk about what the Gatorade juice bar. You couldn't buy Gatorade or extra stamina, right? You could buy boosts, but you couldn't buy the extra stamina or go to Gatorade and stuff like that before the game. There was no t-shirt stuff. There's a lot of shirts and stuff to buy, but them making it into a neighborhood, it just really makes it feel like a more immersive experience. And because of that, it makes you want to go to these stores and buy something from even though we were stealing out of swags for a good month and a half, 2 months, and we probably got this little girl right here fired. But
with the game, nobody really saw it coming, and when we actually saw videos of it, when they had the big release and everything like that, and you was actually in the neighborhood, everybody wanted to get their hands on this game. So like I said, this man is a businessman. He has a business mindset, and I'm breaking it down to understand who I'm dealing with, so I could get a clear picture of what NBA 2K19 is gonna be like. It's gonna be about the main focus of it. But let's go ahead and keep rolling, because we got a lot more to read. This video is already long, but like I said, man, I need to make this video. I have to make this video.
Definitely
this
already
right
long,
the
man.
Last part of this article. I still got one more to go over with you guys, but I'm just gonna summarize.
He dropping that five, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the dude.
Make this video not so long. But he said one of the things we've learned is if we create a robust opportunity and a robust world in which people can play delightfully in a bigger and bigger way, that they will keep coming back, they will engage, and there is an opportunity to monetize that engagement.
Pretty much what he's saying, man, is they make the world big enough. If they make it so that you can get lost in the world enough, they make the world big enough, you'll get lost in the world. You'll think that you're something that you're not. And then once you begin believing that you are that person in the game, then you'll spend more money and everybody falls for it. Just like everybody thinks that they are actually good at basketball because they're good at 2K. Like, they literally come in the chat and talk like they are nice. Like, this is an avatar that is programmed and designed to do something, right? And it's going to do that. But they act like they are nice. And then you see them, I mean, they're like 5'6", 125, soaking wet, no hops, none of that stuff right there. That's what the average 2K player looks like. So it's like, now, I ain't saying all of it, because a lot of people, like, they're like me, they grown, and, they know how to play basketball and stuff like that. But like I said, we already established that that's the 10%. We're talking about the 90% that are trash at basketball, but yet they like it somehow. Because you can't like something if you trash at it. So, you got 2K people that admit that they garbage at basketball in real life, but they love basketball. Some people even say, I never even touched a basketball in life, but I'm nice at 2K. Now, that's possible, who knows? But if they make the world big enough and immersive enough, people will buy into the dream that they can become something that they're not, and they'll spend more money on it to try to live that dream. Pretty much is what they're saying.
What you got here, this is a perfect example of what I've been telling you. This is why the neighborhood was created in NBA 2K18.
Absolutely.
There's an opportunity, and you guys have seen it, to
has to be robust.
The neighborhood.
Robust just means that it has to be enticing enough. It has to be big enough. It has to have enough features. It has to be robust. You can't just put the store there and they not see the store. You have to make them run by the store every time they want to try to go play different game modes. You have to put the stores at the back and billboards at the back, so when you run the walk-on or when you run to the park, you have to see every billboard. You have to put the main game modes, which this year E-League, we already know that Pro-Am is the most popular. There's no way to ride the subway to get to the Pro-Am places, right? You think that's not by design? You can't get tattoos by riding the subway. You have to walk by everything. So getting clothes and getting tattoos and playing Pro-Am are the biggest parts of this game, and getting boosts. You can't get boosts without looking at every billboard that they're trying to sell you something on. That's what they're saying, that it has to be robust enough.
You guys have seen it. There's no way you guys say you haven't witnessed the monetization of 2K being a lot bigger than it has been in the previous 2K. And it's only going to get worse.
Yes.
It's not going to get better from here. It's only going to get worse unless you do something about it. And the best thing you could do about it is trying something else, trying something different. This is me pushing. Yeah, I don't care no more. I'm pushing NBA Live 18 down your throat.
I'm not doing that now. I ain't doing that now.
This is me pushing it to you. All right.
But I might try it out.
Try something different.
Hey, let me know if y'all want me to play live. Y'all want me to play live? I'll play live, man. Let's keep
keep
going.
Playing 2K. Even if you're not enjoying the game, you don't like the microtransaction,
right?
You don't like the business practices that's going on, but you keep playing it. You giving this bitch ass nigga the impression that you love his game.
Not the words that I would have used, but I mean it's pretty fitting, I guess. I don't know.
That's the impression a lot of the 2K community that keep playing this bullshit ass game is giving this dude.
Those are exactly the words that I would have used, but continue.
And he even said it in one of these articles. I just didn't have time to cover it. He says, the daily usage online is so much, even though if people don't like the game, it doesn't really show it on a daily active online user.
Exactly.
You guys are the problem. He's a bitch ass nigga, but you guys
are enabling him.
I tell you, when I read this article, I don't even play 2K anymore, but for some reason I was mad. I was mad about this. I'm like, what the, who thinks like that? Who thinks because GTA is having success, we could do the same thing GTA is doing in 2K? It doesn't make no sense. This man doesn't understand.
Look at the monetization.
He doesn't understand nothing. He's just pushing business.
Oh, no. He understands gamers. He just doesn't care.
In 2K, you spend $60, day one to upgrade your player to what, 86 or 87. That nigga is still trash. You feel me? Exactly. And you still buying VC, 10,000 VC for shoes, 10,000 VC for a shirt. Like I said, man, these are business practices. This game is turned into a business. It's not the dev's fault. It's not Mike Wayne's fault. It's not Ronnie's fault. It's at the top. The gameplay,
they are pressuring them so much. That's why I say you can't even hate on Mike Wong anymore, because, or Ronnie or any of those guys, they are pressuring the devs so much to integrate microtransactions into the game, into the daily use of the game, to the point where you can't even really play this game without Boost or Gatorade. Like, you have to, now you don't pay, we might not be paying real money for it, but you can't even really play this game without Boost or Gatorade, because your opponent will have them and they will have an advantage. And yes, most times you can play or be good enough to overcome that. But if somebody good or of equal or very close skill level plays you, they will beat you because they have those. It just is what it is. But the devs are being pushed, like my dog Binary State of Mind say, the devs are being pushed to meet deadlines. And not only that, but they're also being pushed to integrate the microtransactions into the game. They really don't have I think they really just don't have time to make the game mechanically sound. And you see why, because it's not a priority. The priority is to integrate microtransactions into the game.
Hate about shooting, the things you hate about defense, the thing you hate about everything in the game. It is set there to make you feel like you need more. You need more. You must have more. This player ain't working out, make a new one. Spend more VC. This ain't working out, make a new one. Spend more VC. This jump shot ain't working. This jump shot ain't working. Bro, it's time you guys just stop bitching and start doing something about it. I know a lot of you guys bitch about 2K all the fucking time, and you don't do nothing about it.
I'm playing Fortnite.
I quit that shit in NBA 2K17. The neighborhood came out, they hit me with the clickbait. I bought it, and now I am done. Alright, I'm done with this bullshit ass game. Alright, the only time you're gonna see anything 2K related from me is when I need background gameplay for these type of videos. That's it. This game is trash. It's always gonna be trash. And I don't care what none of y'all niggas say. NBA Live 18 is the best basketball game this year.
You think Live 18 the best?
Pretty much
we gonna find out tomorrow. We gonna find out tomorrow, Eazy. Hey, I know you gonna watch this video.
I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.
For real now.
Hey, Eazy, I know you gonna see this video. Yes, I did put that thing into the Microsoft Azure cloud, man. Y'all already know that. Anyway, listen, man. What I'm saying is this. Exceeding Next Gen, I'm gonna buy this game. I hope you play with your boy, man. Hit me up with a friend request or something, man. We already know. I know you're gonna see the video, so we ain't even tripping over that. But what I'm saying is, he said everything. There's nothing else for me to really say. All I can say is I hope you enjoyed the video. And Till next time. It's your boy Jay Eazy, aka Fresh from the Barbershop, BK the People's Champ. Holla! And I want to ask y'all 2 questions. Number 1, was Modern Warfare 2 not the worst game you ever played, but it was hella fun because everything was broken? I mean, it's literally the worst game I played. It's probably we weren't thinking about stuff like this back then because the shady practices hadn't really started. That's number 1. And number 2, now that you see that they are relying on our continued spending, you see that we have the power. If we stop spending, stop playing the game and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to. You don't have to worry about that. Our voices will be heard eventually. If people say, "Well, I bought the game already," it's not too late after you buy the game. You can stop playing it and say, "This is why we're not playing it," and they will have to make a change because they will prove dude wrong. The game is literally, it's like Man said, Brutal Sim say sometimes, maybe they broke the game on purpose. This is showing you the game is broken on purpose. It's trash on purpose so that you will buy these boosts, so that you will buy the Gatorade, so that you will make other players and try to figure out, well, dang, if I'm getting killed by somebody, like they even say Activision even has the predatory matchmaking system. So if you are getting killed, if you don't spend any money on guns, this is proof. This is another article I'll talk about later. If y'all want to see that video, say it in the comments. But look, Activision has predatory matchmaking to where if you are a player that doesn't do microtransactions, you will be matched up with people that have the microtransactions guns, and you will get smacked over and over by them until you buy it. And then when you buy it, it'll match you up with other people that are trash, so you can crush them with those same guns. And that's how they try to force you to buy microtransactions. It's no BS. But anyway, man, both of the articles will be in the description along with my man video. And I'm out of here till next time. Yeah, y'all know who it is, man. Hey, we gotta make a difference, man. Don't fall into this E-League stuff, man. This game ain't E-League ready when you don't have to have any skill to play it. Yes, you can be better than people, but you don't have to have skill to play this game. Let's be real. I'm out. Peace.